Welcome to thetechsource.tv. My name is Dan, and today Dave is missing. I replaced him with some boxes. Yeah. No, Dave will be missing, I think, for the next 3 weeks. I'm not too sure on that. He's busy with work and family and things like that, so we'll keep you guys posted when he's going to come back, or he might just surprisingly go in here. So we'll see. But anyways, moving on to other news. Today we're going to be talking about 4 motherboard stories and a new video card coming out. Well, new video cards coming out from AMD. And again, relating to these boxes, this is a BitPhoenix Colossus box. There's no case in it. But we did do a full review on it, and we did unbox it. The full review will be coming out very shortly. The unboxing is already out, so annotation here. When the full review is out, their annotation will be on the unboxing video. And thanks a lot, guys. There's already 1,000 hits on it, which is awesome. You know, and it's only just a couple of days. You know, usually any other videos other than our news videos don't get that many hits. This one really got a lot of good response. That's awesome. That's gonna actually, you know, shows some. You know, I like it. Thanks a lot, guys. It's gonna help with our sponsor BitPhoenix with that case. Also, Antec 1200 watt. I just got one of those as an RMA replacement. It's 1,000 watt. So it's a sick looking power supply. I'm not going to use it in my system. We're going to use it for TechSource testing needs. So any new systems we're testing, any new video cards, motherboards, processors, things like that come up in the future. This bad boy will be powering everything. It's a good power supply, and it's heavy, and it doesn't fit in a lot of cases because it's so big. But anyways, moving on. This is the TechSource.tv. We have lots of motherboards to cover and video cards, so stick around. Alright, so this week we're going to be talking about 4 new X79 or LGA 2011 or Sandy Bridge E motherboards coming out. The chips are coming out in November, very soon. A lot of reviewers, except us, because, well, we're not that big yet, are already testing these chips. So, and we said last week they are expected to be a lot faster, and some of them were seen at BlizzCon. So, for example, I was looking at some BlizzCon videos and some things about it. Asus had a setup, and it had a Sandy Bridge E chipset CPU setup. So that was pretty cool. They weren't really showing off much details. They were in a non-disclosure agreement, so not much can really be said until the official release date. Now, the SR3 motherboard by EVGA is coming out eventually, but EVGA is showing off a picture of it, and it's massive, just like the SR2. It's going to be supporting 2 LGA 2011 socket CPUs. Now, we're kind of iffy on what CPUs it's going to be supporting. Because it supports dual CPUs, we're thinking it's only going to be supporting Xeons off the bat. Now, EVGA hasn't said anything really about CPU support. They just kind of said, hey, here's a picture, and it supports USB 3, and it's X79, and it's LGA 2011. It's going to support quad-channel memory, and all the other goodies that come along with the next generation Intel setup, or chipset, really. So, it looks awesome. It's black and red again, just like the old one. So that means, you know, throwing ATI cards on it just makes the motherboard better, because black and red looks so much better than green and black. But yeah, so looks like a sick motherboard. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be exclusive. I've only seen like 2 SR2s in my, you know, ever since they've been out in person, so they are rare. I can tell you that. This motherboard will be rare, and it's going to be a Halo board. So another EVGA board. Now we got some pictures of it from the GeForce LAN that happened on the Hornet, which is pretty awesome. That was quite a badass LAN. I wish I could have went. It would have been awesome. I know Hardware Canucks got invited, which is cool. Those guys are pretty lucky. You know, it's nice to see some Canadians down there. And there was like some other, you know, Logan from Tiger Direct was down there, and I was watching a bunch of those videos, and they're really funny and they're cool. So whatever. Anyways, EVGA showed off a new kick-ass motherboard running the new LGA 2011 socket as well. It looks pretty sick. It's the EVGA E779 motherboard. It's a classified board. It's full-size ATX. Now it's going to be, looks like it's going to probably have PCI Express 3.0 on it. It's going to basically it's going to support four-way crossfire and SLI. And basically, because it is EVGA, it's definitely going to support SLI. I tell you that. It's got 6 SATA ports on it, which isn't that many compared to before. We've talked about the Gigabyte ones, which are going to have like a bazillion on them. But this one only has 6. Well, I guess it's fine. It's a gaming-oriented board. It's more for overclockers and things like that. It's got, again, the classified red and black color scheme, just like the SR3. And it looks like a sick motherboard. It's really nice, and they had it set up even with the Intel Asetek water cooling solution too. And they had some Corsair Dominator memory on it too. So it's a good looking motherboard, and it's awesome to see all these new motherboards coming out. Gigabyte is teasing us with some pictures of their new G1 Assassin 2 motherboard. Now, Assassin 2 motherboard. Now, a while ago, I talked about Gigabyte was showing off a whole bunch of Z68 chipset motherboards. Now, they did show off their Assassin. It was a prototype one, so it didn't have all the styling yet. So it didn't have the cool looking now. Instead of the AK-47 heatsink it had on one of the chipsets on the motherboard, now it has a pistol, which is pretty cool. And it looks awesome. And overall, the rest of the VRM heatsink looks really cool. It's got a single heat pipe going up, and it's also got the quad channel memory on it. It's got 4 slots. It's got 6 serial ATA supports. Now, the prototype one that we did show you guys earlier, picture here, and then I'll show you a comparison. Now, that one had way more SATAs. Don't know why they went with the option of cutting it back. I know these motherboards are more oriented for gamers. The new G1 Assassin 2 looks really cool. Key things to remember again: PCI Express 3.0, X79, EVGA 2011. It uses a creative sound card, and it has a killer NIC network card on it. So those are the very key important things to remember about these G1 Assassin motherboards. They are really awesome. Actually, to go for all the G1 motherboards, like the Sniper 2 and the Assassin 2 coming up very shortly. Alright, so wrapping up our motherboard edition of the Tech Source. This is the last motherboard I'm talking about today. It's based on X79, socket 2011, and this one's made by MSI. Let's go through it. It covers this motherboard features all the basics that every X79 board so far I've talked about covers. PCI Express 3.0, USB 3.0, SATA 3, Crossfire and SLI support, up to 4-way SLI, and all that goodness. It also features all the good MSI goodies, OC Genie and all that stuff. What makes this board unique, which I find different for every other board, and MSI's done this in the past. This motherboard is called the MSI X79A-GD65 8D. The unique number in that product name is the 8D. 8D stands for 8 DIMMs of memory. Yes, that's right. It has 8 DIMMs of memory. This board is a memory lover. And the cool thing that makes this motherboard kind of unique, which also kind of makes me go, what the hell? Is it has support for DDR2. Why they did that beats me. Because you can buy 8 gigs of DDR3 now for like $60. And if you do have some slow-ass DDR2 laying around, then you can pop it in this board. But why you'd want to do that? Again, don't know why. MSI's done this in the past for a EVGA X79 motherboard. And I forget the part number off the top of my head. But, and again, it supported 8 DIMMs of memory. You could put DDR3 or DDR2 in it. At the time, that was great because DDR3 was new, DDR3 was new, and DDR2 was the standard. Right now, they're doing the reverse. If anything, they should have made it so the board handles 8 slots of DDR3. You can make this basically a server board. Now, I don't know if you can run both at the same time. The specs are not fully released yet, so we'll see when this motherboard officially releases. Alright, so I saved the best for last, as I've bored you with all these motherboard stories. I'm going to wake you up with some AMD goodness. AMD recently just kind of flopped, but I think they'll redeem themselves with the new 7000 series video cards. The 6000 was a decent series. The 5000 was a great series. Now the 6000 was just a mild revision. It's slightly faster. And again, even with the NVIDIA side, the 4 series was great. The 5 series was a great improvement. But again, they were both mild revisions, the 5 and the 6 series. Now, ATI and NVIDIA are going back to the drawing board, making all new architectures, and in first quarter of 2012, they're coming out with new video cards. So, what are they coming out with? Well, ATI just kind of leaked their 7000 series GPU list, so I'm going to quickly read this off. So, there's in the 7000 series, there's going to be a 7300, a 7400, 7400A, 7500, 7500/7600, 7500M, 7600M series, 7600 again, 7600A, 7600M. There's going to be and a whole bunch of other stuff, along with the 7600s you know, there's going to be things like that. But, you know, you're going to see 7900s, 7800s for more higher-end gaming. This driver that kind of just leaked all this information, it was driver 8.91 is available from various tech forums on the internets. Yeah, so that just goes to show there is light. New cards are on the way. Save your money and get ready to build an even faster machine than you can build today. And play Battlefield 3. Alright guys, so thanks for watching thetechsource.tv today. Please remember to subscribe, rate, thumbs up. If you want, favorite the video. If you found it informative, you want to watch it again. Now, we are around 3,300 subscribers right now. I would like to hit 4,000. I don't know if that's possible by the end of the year. So we got about 4 months. Actually, less than that, probably about 4 months. And I know that's a bit of a challenge because we still got about 800 to go, or well, no, not 800, 700 to go. So that's quite a bit of feat for us. Something I'm using right now to track the subscribers is saying we'll hit 4,000 in 6 months. It's a bit of ways away, but with all your effort, and if I start, you know, and also I'm going to be putting effort into putting more tags, sharing the videos in other places, and if you guys help out too, and we all do this together, I will reward everyone. Well, I'll give everyone a chance to be rewarded with an awesome contest we'll be doing in the Christmas season. If we hit it or not, or even if we just get close. The closer we get, the better the contest will be. I'm going to tell you that right now. So please help us out. We're going to help you out. We will hook you guys up. We will hook you up. So it'll be awesome. On a side note, I'm playing Rage. Whoa, almost lost my game. I'm playing Rage now. It's a pretty sick game. Except for crashes all the time, and it's very buggy. So let me know of what, you know, kind of what bugs you're having. Like, I'm having crashing bugs, I'm having frame rate issues, and other shit. So let me know if other issues you're having with Rage. It's a pretty sick game. It's really fun. I really like it. You know, it's actually one of the first games I've liked in a while. Many games have come out, I'm just like, eh. Batman Arkham City, I was like, oh my god, it's coming out soon, and but it's out for consoles in first. It's like, so I have to wait for it till November, I think the 15th, to play it. So Arkham City's going to be out soon, so that'll be pretty sweet as well. So I'm excited to play those two games right now. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next week. I don't know when Dave's going to be back. I'm guessing 3 weeks. He told me last time I talked to him. So I'll be talking to him this week. Now that I work really close to him, I can literally walk to his office from my office. So that's pretty sweet. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next time on thetechsource.tv. This week there will be some unboxings, so you'll see me again. But really, I recorded them on the weekend. See you later, guys.